everyone, it's Lisa. Thanks for joining me today. In today's video, I'm going to be making this card using the brand new Peekaboo square dies from the Stamps of Life. As you can see those dies there at the bottom with the smiley faces underneath those little flaps. And the Peekaboo square dies consist of a set of 7 square dies in various sizes that will make flaps on your card so that you can open the flap up and have something fun underneath, whether it be a stamped image or a sentiment, whatever you want to have underneath. It also comes with the word open, so you can choose to have the word open on the flap, or you don't have to use that die at all. That's up to you. For my card, I'm also going to be bringing in the Faces for Stamps set, as well as the Punch Alphabet set, and the die grid, that's a background die, as well as the Pastel Everyday Collection paper pad. So I'm starting off by taking a piece of cantaloupe cardstock and layering that background die on the cantaloupe cardstock. And when I run it through my die cut machine, I get the outline of the die grid that you see there on the table. I'm going to take that same die and die cut a piece of the pattern paper from the paper pad, and I'm going to go ahead and take my washi tape off of that die and get all my fun pieces out. So by die cutting it, you get the outline and then you get all the inside pieces. So this particular dotted outline I'm going to save for another card. And then I'm going to take this piece of yellow pattern paper and I'm just going to die cut the bottom portion of this die where the small squares are, because I want to use that yellow paper to plug into those squares on the grid. So I'm going to take all of those die cut pieces out and I'm just laying them inside of the grid where I want them to go. So you can see I have the cantaloupe for the actual outline of the grid, the blue and white polka dot that's there at the top, and then the yellow pieces at the bottom. Next, I'm going to take the smallest die in the Peekaboo square dies and I'm going to add some washi tape and add it to one of the small yellow squares, and you can see that it cuts out a little window of the small square for that grid. And I'm going to do the same thing for each one of the yellow pieces of paper. Next, I'm going to take the squares from the cantaloupe cardstock. This is from the first die cut that I made with the grid die. And I'm going to stamp on here various smiley faces. So they're different shapes, different sizes, one on each of these 4 squares. Next, I'm going to take a white A2 size card base and I'm just going to stamp out the sentiment on the inside before I decorate the front. That way, if I make any mistakes in stamping, I can always just get a different card base. And then I'm going to take one of the larger smiley faces in the set and I'm going to stamp that on the inside as well. So next I'm going to add glue to the back of the cantaloupe frame and add that directly to my white card base. And then I'm going to start plugging in all of the pieces. So the smiley face pieces with the cantaloupe cardstock are going to go directly in the square openings. And then I'm going to put glue around only the outside edge of the yellow pattern paper where I die cut the square Peekaboo dies out of, and then adhere those to my card. So here I'm going to do that for each one. And now when you lift the flap, you'll be able to see all of those smiley faces peeking out. And then I'm going to add glue to the back of the polka dot paper and add that to the top portion of that grid. And then I took those Punch Alphabet uppercase dies and I die cut out of some black cardstock the word smile, and I'm going to add that to the top of that card. I did make sure that I had double-sided adhesive tape on the back of the black cardstock before running that through my die cut machine, just because you can see how intricate those letters are. And I'm not adding the shadow. This die set also comes with a shadow die, but adding the shadows would have caused it not to have enough room, so I just added the letters. And then I have some felt flowers in cantaloupe and in the yellow, and I'm just adding them there with some hot glue. And that completes this card. So here's the front of the card. It says smile, and then when you open it up on the inside, it says it makes everyone wonder what you've been up to. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I will also link my videos with the Peekaboo rectangle and Peekaboo circle dies, which are similar to this one, only a different shape. And don't forget to subscribe for more card making tutorials. Have a great day. Bye-bye.